Hi, I'm Kim and we're working with cooking with kale today. So what you need to do first, this is red leaf kale. You need to start by cutting off the stems and then ripping it into 1-inch pieces. So we're going to rip it together. We're working with 1.5 pounds of kale because we're going to make enough for probably about 4 or 5 people. So once you finish all of the kale and ripping it up, such as this is over here, what you're going to do is you're going to put 3 tablespoons of olive oil into a large saucepan that you have. You're going to start your boiler and have it up at high and put in 1 teaspoon worth of minced garlic in with the olive oil. And then make sure it starts to cook, letting the olive oil take in the taste of the garlic and start to build up a flavor for it. Once your garlic and olive oil is finished with the flavoring, you're going to start by putting the kale in. You want to put all of it in, so it's a lot of stuff you're going to be putting in. Kale is very high in antioxidants. It's very good for anti-cancer, specifically with women. It helps prevent against ovarian cancer and breast cancer. It's very high in iron, and it's also an anti-inflammatory, and it's also high in calcium, more so than milk, actually. You want to turn your boiler down so it's not on high anymore, maybe more like medium. And you're going to start to hear it simmer. Continue putting the kale in. You're going to probably have to slow down because there's a lot of it, unless you have a bigger bowl than I do. And then you're going to try to mix all the olive oil in and try to coat every single leaf with olive oil and garlic if possible. Once your kale is completely coated with the garlic that you have and the olive oil, you want to add in just a dash of salt and pepper. So a little bit here and a little bit of the salt so that it's all coated. You're going to mix that together. Kale is also one of the major superfoods. It is one of the top 7 foods you can possibly digest right now. It's very good for your health, and it's also just overall beneficial. Here we're going to add in the chicken broth. You want to add in 1/4 a cup. And pour that right over the kale. And then continue to mix it together a little bit, leaving it on the medium heat. You're going to make sure it all gets coated with the chicken broth. And then now we're going to add in the red wine vinegar that we have. You can buy this in your grocery store also. Add in 1.5 tablespoons. Again, making sure to pour it over all of the kale. Proceed to mix it in again. The kale is going to start wilting a little bit. It's going to get much softer and less leafy-like. You're going to smell the red wine vinegar. And then what you're going to do is you're going to let it sit, and it's going to cook for about 5 minutes. If you can, cover it with a cover. If not, just let it sit and continue to stir it every minute or so. After about 5 minutes or so, if you want to add more time, you can. It should look overall just like this. So it should be squished down, and it should be very absorbed with the olive oil and with the chicken broth. Turn your broiler off, and you're going to go ahead and you can pour it into a serving bowl and prepare it for dinner. And there you go.